Hello everyone and welcome to Qdabra's weekly webinar. We have been dormant for a couple months now. We have actually not done a webinar since July, and that's because we've been very busy working on new products and new projects. But I'm really happy to kick off a new wave of webinars this autumn. Is it autumn? It doesn't quite feel like autumn yet in Japan. It's still over 80 degrees a day. We have a quick question for you at the beginning, and that is, have you tried to use GPT to resolve a support issue? We are going to be talking about AI today in our support portal. And this is a quick question for you just to get the wheels rolling. It looks like most of you are saying yes. Thank you for that. And today we're happy to announce that we're 20 years old tomorrow. And we have so many things to talk about in terms of highlights, but we're not going to go into this in depth. If you're really curious about all the crazy things we've done over the years, we'll have this slide as part of the package that we give you at the end of the webinar. We have 4 quick questions to fill out. We'll also put it on our YouTube channel. But suffice to say, it's been quite a journey from founding the company literally 20 years ago tomorrow to being here today with all the changes that have happened in the marketplace, all the things we've done, and all the people that we've had a pleasure of meeting and working with and serving. So thank you very much for making our 20-year anniversary meaningful. We haven't had a support portal for 20 years. This is our first support portal, and I'm really excited about it. We want to give our customers an easy place for them to go to review their support balance sheet, to look at their licenses, to see their usage and renewal dates, and also to file new support tickets. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're actually got several demos for you. To start off with, it's very easy to log in. Your email has to be on file with us. So I'm going to quickly switch and show you the portal here. And I'm going to launch the portal from a link I've got. It's actually on our webpage. It's hidden, but you might be able to find it. You could copy the URL, just kidding. So you'll go here, you'll sign up with your email address. I've already done this. When you sign up with your email address, if you're in the system, it will ask you to confirm a code that is sent to your email. And then you'll be using your phone from that point on. And so you'll have a phone that you activate as part of the second step in that process. And then once you've activated that phone, you'll have that as your login. And I just got the notification. This is, of course, a Qdabra form serving up our support portal. Another example of a dashboard form. So here's the initial page. I don't have any support tickets that I can see. I'm actually playing the part of a customer, so I'm not actually in an internal mode right now. We will submit a support ticket in a minute and show you how that works. But this is our current, what we call beta or V1. We hope to have this launched for real in about a month. You can check your balance sheet, and you can see that we've created one dummy balance sheet for Qdabra with our enterprise support plan, which was, we have a $10,000 deposit with the company at the beginning. I can click on these links and actually see the balance sheet, which includes all the hours that have been assigned to my support plan. And of course, then you could email us and you could say, wait a minute, or okay, it looks good. I need more support. So that's the balance sheet lookup with the link to look at your PDF, and you can download that PDF. I want to thank Qdabra for getting that working. That's really a cool feature. In addition, you can look at your licenses. You can see we've got 3 licenses, and most of you will have these 3 licenses. You'll have your Forms Year Enterprise or VIP or Basic or Standard license for Qdabra Forms. You'll also have hopefully a support license, and you can see all of mine expire. Well, they renew. They expire in a year, so basically I set it up to 1 year from tomorrow. And I've got also a DBXL license. And I haven't paid for those yet, so you can see it's unpaid. And that, because they're showing unpaid, if I click on the usage tab, you'll see I'm at the free license level. So this is the assumption for anyone who is a new customer who hasn't paid. You can see the usage of our online instance. We've got several online instances, but this is just one example of your usage. It's kind of hard to see this, but the green level is free. So when you see yours, you obviously will have more than free. You'll have whatever the limits are, 1,000 opens, 4,000 opens, 20,000 or unlimited. So you'll see a green bar in a different place. So that's a quick look at the support portal. I'm going to quickly go back to my slides here and kind of summarize here what we just saw. So we have these 4 tabs. We're going to show how to create a new ticket in a second. And there's also a bonus demo coming with ChatGPT in the forms, which we showed in June. We're giving an update for that. So those are the 4 different tabs. And if you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat, the question area in GoToWebinar. So let's take a look at creating a ticket. This is a really exciting feature here. I'm going to go back to my support ticket screen here, and I'm going to click on Create New Ticket. And that's going to launch our new support ticket creation chatbot. And you can see that we've got a form it's going to help us fill out here. It gives us this introduction. Hello, I'm here to assist you filling out your support form. We'll go through a series of questions one at a time. So the idea here is to try to help. Our main goal isn't to provide some kind of automatic AI assistance. Our main goal is to get better information from you so that we don't have to go back and forth playing ping pong, trying to get your screenshots or your repro steps or your info path form template file. We're trying to get more consistent input at the beginning. So I'm just going to fill this out here. I'm going to start off with just a random support issue I've got. I'm going to type in that I was tried to open forms viewer, can't open forms viewer form on-prem SharePoint. Okay, and I'll click send. When you click send, you'll see that it's going to be adding this text actually to the form on the left that's been highlighted there, and then it's going to pop up another question. Basically, just going through these questions here. Now, I could say something random, and it's going to validate that. So it's going to it has guardrails in place so that we can't just be completely random. We say, what are you talking about? I mean, this is actually a fully fledged generation AI. What's the right word here? Generative AI. So we can't actually try to jailbreak here, or else it's going to come back with some nice guardrails. Issue here, yes. Okay, so we want to explain the issue. Okay, so let's go back to that. Let's actually do that. So I've got tried to open a form on forms viewer on-prem. Form did not open. Okay, that's it. And we'll see if it takes that. Hopefully, it won't give us a problem. See, it took that, so that was valid. Okay, now I'm going to tell it what the actual results were, and I got an ASP.NET error. It doesn't really matter what you type here because it is robust to randomness, as you can see. And the expected result was form opened fine without error. And then it's going to give us a chance to attach a screenshot. We'll do that real quick. Let's go to my desktop here and just pick something. And it also gives us a chance to attach the XSN. We'll just pick a random XSN here. Okay, so that's pretty much the steps for the support ticket. And then most importantly, though, is at the end here, as we says here, can you please confirm if you wish to modify? So I can go back and I can say, well, wait a minute, I actually want to update one of these previous answers. I can actually say that, update or modify, or I can say proceed or continue, or I can just say go ahead. So it's once again, it is a robust AI, so we can actually have a conversation with it in normal terms, and it should understand us. And right now what it's doing is it's preparing the support ticket. It's going to be submitting it, giving us a pop-up saying that the ticket was submitted. We're going to get a reference number. You see there, 323901 is the reference number. And you can see it found an issue that was similar from our past database. And it says there was a 90% similarity match. So we're actually using a retrieval augmented generation system to look these up. And I'll just click on that. You can see that okay, there's another issue that was similar. It's hiding the essential details for privacy reasons, but then it gives us the information, and most importantly, it gives us what the resolution was. So these are tickets that were resolved, were vetted by Qdabra staff, and therefore were allowed to be served up to you as possible quick fixes if you want to self-serve. Otherwise, you can see here your ticket has been created. You'll receive an email. In fact, we just got a chime in the background. Let's take a look at that. So I just got my email here. So this is the ticket number is wrong. We have a bug there, but you can see it was correct in the subject of that line. And then, of course, internally, we're sending out this email to everyone saying, you've got to help this customer out. The customer, of course, is me in this case. So you can see the email is working. We've even got yeah, I think that's it right there. So that's the new ticket creation process. Any questions on that? Let's go back to the slides. So once again, we're using this retrieval augmented generation, which in a nutshell, we're not passing any data to GPT-4 that is yours. We're actually looking up in our database whether there's a similar support issue from before. And if there is, we serve it up as a link. So it's completely bypassing OpenAI's ChatGPT, to protect your privacy, right? But we're also generating this chat back and forth with you so that it can help in the process of filling out the form, getting the support ticket filled out. So we got a bonus demo, and I want to thank Sweta for being here as well. Sweta is one of our new developers in Nepal, and she's been working with us. She did the first demo in June of this technique that I'm going to show next. Sweta, thanks for being here. And I would ask her to demo it, but she's using the web version of GoToWebinar, so she doesn't have the ability to share her screen. So I'm just going to actually do it from my window here. But Sweta, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great to have you here.
Hello, everyone.
So this is the form that we demoed in June. You can see that as it opened up, this chat pane, hit itself on the right there. It was very fast. You might not have seen that. So this is really what we're looking at here. And when we started doing this AI integrations with forms, we're kind of thinking outside the box. What can we do to make forms, take forms to the future? What can we do to make forms easier with this new technology? And we have a lot of ideas. One of the ideas was, well, we could have a chat bot so that people who are on the go, who don't have a big screen on their dashboard as they're driving, can just talk to it and fill out the form while they're driving, or fill out the form from their cell phone. And we thought, well, that would be kind of cool because that would be a voice UI and we wouldn't have to worry about the rendering, and we could walk them through it because the chat can help them fill out the form. So that was kind of the first idea around this, adding this to a form. We also have a bunch of other scenarios like the support portal and emailing managers, and we've got more on the way. We're going to be doing webinars for the rest of the year showing more techniques as well. So you can see here that it's asking me to fill it out. So I'm just to say, I'm going to vacation with family. Now, one of the really neat things about this technology isn't just that it can help us fill out forms or even check to make sure that the data types are correct, but it can also help with guardrails. In other words, it can help with semantic validation. So this is something that current forms can't do because they don't have AI. So you can see here it says the purpose of an expense report should pertain to business, not family. Okay, so it's basically preventing users from typing in random stuff. So let's just say meeting with partner. Let's see if it takes that. Sometimes it can be ornery, but usually it's really good. So, okay, so and now we can say what category does your expense? So this is a drop down, and it lists out the options here. But let's just say we want to dance, and let's see what it says there. So once again, it's validating the data, and it's actually saying, well, wait a minute, that doesn't show up in the list. So actually, I mean, it could have been other, I suppose, but so we'll just say here transportation, and I can say September 14th for my date. This is today, so it actually picked last year because it figured that today is too soon, probably, I'm guessing. Description is we're going to take a taxi ride, and you can see it's helping us fill out the form. Now it's got a lot of functionality. This works with any form, so you can add the chatbot to any form, and it actually understands the form structure. Let's say taxi company here in Kobe, and we'll do one more line here. So you get the idea of how this is working. We'll just say it was $8.90, and then it's going to ask if we have any more items to add. So we can say yes, or of course. We'll see what it says here, and you can see it is a rich, robust chatbot that is allowing the user to have an exchange with their form. And then when you get all done, it will submit it for you. So that's the bonus demo. The thing that I think is the major takeaway here is that we're discovering new applications for this technology, and the application in question here is really this idea of semantic validation. We didn't even think about that when we started down this road several months ago, and so there's new stuff that's coming up, and that's really exciting. So we hope to have more for you soon on that. So any questions? Well, I can think of two questions you might have. And the first question, of course, is when are we going to release that portal? And I hope it's going to be in the next month. I'm pretty confident. Kato, does that make sense to you? You're our developer.
Depends on the news, on the additional requirement.
It's great to have you here. Yep, it depends on whether Patrick tests it like he hasn't been doing. It's looking really good, actually. I think we're pretty close. About a month, let's say. And then what about the new AI chatbot task pane to forms? Can I add this thing to my forms? And yes, you can. We can actually show you how. If you send us your email, we'll get you going. We actually did release a previous version of this in after the June webinar, but we can give you the update that has more advanced validation and features like that. So those are two quick questions. Does anyone else have any other questions? Thanks for joining us today. We'll get this up on YouTube. We have 4 more webinars coming. Next week, we're finally going to be demoing Central Flows V2, which gives you conditional workflow triggers for DBXL-based workflows. So DBXL has workflows built into it, simple email notifications, and there's 2 big advantages over something like Power Automate. One is that you can actually design the body of your email in the form as a view. And the second is that you can actually have your emails arrive very quickly, as you saw a minute ago with my my support ticket submission. That was just instantaneously. I received the email back from it, so it's a synchronous transaction. We have a customer testimonial the following week. We're very happy to show you Spindletop's solution that we've been helping them with for many, many years. They've got an emergency hotline doctor line, which has automation around which doctor to text if someone doesn't respond. So it's pretty interesting. I hope you can join us for that. And then in October, two new webinars, Form Designer 2.2, a lot of new features since our last demo, which was last in July, 2.1. We're hoping to have 3.1 out in January. So we're trying to get as close as we can to being done with it. So it's completely, it's got as many features as InfoPath Designer. Feature parity is what we call it. And it's actually got more features than InfoPath Designer, but also Microsoft is threatening that they're going to stop support for InfoPath in July of 2026, which is, gee, it's about 3 years away. But some people are starting to fret, to worry about that. So we'll talk more about what that means. If you've got Qdabra forms, you're set. You don't need to worry about it. If you're worried about storage in SharePoint, form libraries are just document libraries, and document libraries will continue to work. We can write to document libraries. You can repoint your forms from form libraries to document libraries if there's a problem, and these are migration tools to move your data. I don't think there will be a problem because form libraries really aren't any different from document libraries. They're not going to just take your data and delete it. Of course, Microsoft will continue supporting those form libraries as document libraries. They just won't be InfoPath writable. But you don't care because you've got Qdabra Forms and you've been using that for your migration path. So yeah, so Qdabra Forms really takes your InfoPath Forms as is and allows you to continue working without InfoPath. Forms Designer, it replaces InfoPath Designer, and we're hoping to have more updates for you soon on that. Certainly, we've got another 2.5 years or 3 years almost, so we're not really that concerned about it, but we understand that other people are trying to plan out the next steps, and so we're going to talk about that in about a month. With that, I'd like to thank you for being here, and I want to thank Kaudu for putting this support portal together. She did a great job on this and rose to the occasion last night as I was testing, asking her to make
My
last minute
pleasure.
changes. Yes. Scout, sorry, what were you going to say?
My pleasure.
Your pleasure. Oh, well, good morning. I
Hey.
hope the coffee is tasting wonderful in Woodinville. And I
Yep.
want to also thank Sweta. Sweta is one of our key developers in Nepal. She has been working on this chatbot, task pane, and we'll be doing more webinars with Sweta later this year. Thank you very much, Sweta. Great job.
Thank you, Patrick.
I hope everyone has a wonderful day. We'll see you next week. Take care. Be safe. Ciao.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.